The daily news bulletins of the day every day from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. My name's Akumaringa Christine. Before we dive into any of the stories, let's first have a look at the news making headlines today. In the headlines tonight, Zombo teachers launch Teachers Welfare Association. Heavy storm destroys Paida Progressive Primary School property. And Calvary FC hopes to qualify for Uganda Premier League. This and more in the NILE CAST News Bulletin. It's the 5th of October 2023 and you're most welcome to the NILE CAST on West Nile Television. Now let us dive into some of the stories of the evening. Zombo District commemorated the World Teachers Day 2023. Uganda National Teachers Union UNATO Zombo branch together with the education experts and in Zombo District launched the Teachers Welfare Association that will enhance the well-being of every teacher in the district. Over 284 teachers have joined the association and are expected to pay an annual fee of 35,000 shillings annually. Alfred Jawok reports.
During the celebration of World Teachers Day at Zombo Lower Primary School Playground in Zombo District, Senior Education Officer for Zombo District Miriam Opokaleza, who was the chief guest, launched the association with a call to each teacher to embrace the association. According to Poka, the association will work hand in hand with the UNATO branch in Zombo District.
I am launching the welfare program. We have a logo here, Zombo Teachers Welfare Association. The theme is Life is Precious but Short. Together we support the end. And I would like to officially launch the Zombo District Teachers Welfare.
Meanwhile, Joseph Ngomopong, the chairperson Zombo District Teachers Association, ZODIPSA, said that over 284 members have joined the association and appealed to the district leadership to give a helping hand in supervising the association.
The most important motive was to see how we can better ourselves, because we have never been supported by any organization if one dies, especially. So we came up to say we should come together and see how we can better ourselves best. We have tried to check from other districts, if our mother district maybe, where we came from, we emulate what they are doing, what we are doing. And they are very, very good today that they have been launched officially. Much as the number is still small, but I'm quite sure in the course of the year, the number will, the teachers will catch up. We pay 10,000 per term per teacher, which means in a year, the teacher has to pay 30,000. And it is going to be something continuous. Every year you pay 30,000.
However, Soso Alex, Secretary Zombo Teachers Association, noted that in many occasions when a teacher dies, even they receive less support for the burial, and this association will help a registered member to benefit from the association.
This association started on a background where teachers suffered and are still suffering in case of calamities, in case of celebrations, in case of name them. These are due to, in the message of the GS we had, the teachers are always neglected and it is worst in Zombo. There is no deliberate attempt of helping teachers, and therefore teachers set down, especially with the experience of burial or burying the colleagues, where you go and begin making papers to fly around as you make contributions. Teachers are buried in a not really a comfortable way where energetic men have to dance on you when you are put down in the grave, and they dance the way they wish. And therefore, along all those background and experiences, we started making a contribution of 10,000 per teacher per year. The few members who made that realized that this fund will not do much, and they reviewed it and said, yes, members should make the annual contribution of 30,000 in there, and the registration fee of 5,000. In all, 30,000 for the year. I want to express my gratitude to all the members here who have joined. We expected 1,130 teachers from secondary, subsector, retired teachers, and primary subsectors. But as I speak now, so far 284 have joined.
The National Teachers' Day celebration was at Kololo Ceremonial Ground under the theme, "The Teachers We Need for Education We Want, the Global Imperative to Reverse the Teachers' Shortage." Alfred Jawok, West Nile TV, Nile Cast.
And more in our stories. There was jubilation and joy amongst the students of Sunrise Secondary School in Nebi Municipality after the Bishop of Nebi Anglican Diocese, Right Reverend Ponzo Zele Awinji, received 47 students through confirmation to become Christians. Take a look.
Right Reverend Ponzo Zele Awinji, the Bishop of Nebi Anglican Diocese, in his sermon during the confirmation of 40 students, encouraged the newly confirmed students to be strong and disciplined in their studies. He urged them to be faithful and focus on academic excellence for their future. He used the same event to dedicate Senior 4 candidates to God ahead of their final examinations this year.
I want to be very grateful that God has used us to confirm these young people. One, confirmation means to us, the Catholic Church, the Anglican Church, we baptize children when they are not yet knowledgeable. We do that in the faith of their parents. But when they grow up, they must come back to the church and say yes or no. So confirmation is the process of those people who were baptized in childhood in that faith come back to say, I want to confirm my faith. That's one. Two, it is a time when, as the Acts of Apostles says it, we pray for Holy Spirit to indwell these young Christians. Senior 4, if you're listening to me, if you're a candidate, avoid things which psychologically disturb you during this time. Some of you get involved in even love affairs, even some unscrupulous issues which will psychologically disturb you. The third thing, be disciplined in the school. And lastly, the fourth one, take it to the Lord in prayer when you have that challenge in the examination. Pray.
Cynthia Piich, one of the candidates, is optimistic that the coming of a man of God to them will make them to excel in the examinations. She also appealed to other candidates to hope and avoid unnecessary movements at night, which will put them in dangers ahead of the examinations.
About my exams, what I advise to most of our candidates is that to work hard and be determined. Let them forget about the family problems that is going to make them make mistakes, and also make their minds not to be clear when they are doing their exams. They should first forget about the problems in their homes and focus in these remaining days here and change their future completely, because this Senior 4 class here is the foundation of our status.
Meanwhile, John Onwech, the director Sunrise Secondary School, thanked the bishop for his timely visit to the school. Onwech revealed that the school will not have senior 6 students amid his plea by many parents.
We still don't have teachers in our place. So it's not very good to start up when we don't have teachers. In A-level class, say maths needs 3 teachers. Example. Chemistry 3. And here we have 1 teacher who teaches all the topics. And that's why they don't pass. 1 teacher teaching all topics of science, for example, cannot make children pass. So when I say we still don't have teachers, it means we must produce more teachers, say in the elsewhere, who we can share. And we can share the topics. So this level of business, we have to wait until our programs follow. And our programs follow like that.
Sunrise Secondary School, which started in 2007, has a total enrollment of 480 students, and this year it has 74 candidates to sit for Uganda National Examination Board. The school has been the best in academic performances within Greater Nebi in Senior 4 examinations. Alfred Jawok, West Nile TV, Nile Cast.
And more in our stories. Learners at Progressive Nursery Primary School in Akiru Village, Zingili Ward, Paida Town Council, Zombo District were left hopeless after an early morning heavy rainfall with massive hailstorms blew off the roofs of the girls' dormitory and the office blocks. Take a look.
The heavy rain with the strong winds, which lasted for 15 minutes this morning, 5th October 2023, destroyed houses, pit latrines, and other unfinished structures equally blown off in the same village of Akir and Zengele. Fredo Kecha, patron of Paida Progressive Nursery and Primary School, said the incident happened exactly 5:30 am and over 50 girls who were asleep escaped unhurt.
Sawa parashel news oto gamuchi da yam mateko gamubini gambola widoma pute panyira jalbu ne mabedu kula mateko sama isa henta wiyano ngabetungo nga wiya gamu kudite pati enda gambi nwangu retungo gamu chidi ganga star leta wone obe forward nongo nyapa be.
Chairperson Local Council 1 Akirsel Undusa Chunya I said many houses were destroyed by the devastating wind and he appealed for assistance on behalf of the affected residents.
Apoka penye ko gwero matin kinde bisa para shel ko penye lara para rewe wapoi jimangala be goira ko dosi munia Progressive School si upe ya mo ya kujisheke awacha ngote mo to wanga ne upe ya mo ya ku yote ni gizo school zo upe ndawo ga mo kendo bongo shako mo binu shako no rumbu ko ya mo mote mo nyote nanda shako no od pok mo ko jadi mo ko nyinga rom wakado ke school wanwangu dompa nyira wiye zo upe wakado kendo pa board kama buku mingi ko pin mingi zo gi boke de wanwangu teacher de sheke ko to ya ko pin yo ufudu books ge kono pin mapol school de kom ge zo to da anda gama neno ko mana gama go school ne won school ega nyinga uzele sama goire sile game te wa chende dolaro nyu pre do me beringini wanda eri pima yamo utim ko nyot ya tin village wabe kwana ngo shungu ibe kunyuke jume district kelarwa dar muati marashi eja kende ngo wawutu kabiru matoto wanwangu padako moko nyinga uzele de kecha yamo yako padako moko nyinge tie beti pupuki de yamo ting wajadid moko nyinge tie joli de cheke yamo fudu cheke pinye ja gipe soroni gi od bad ma od bi cheke ene de yamo pare fudu pinye chal moko mineno kombat ne giene bazaina gi cheke yamo tingu pinye ne gi chal moko mi choko neno kombat ne gi chal mo benenu ene don wabe kwayo nango dano mamalo no glar dano para me village dano tie maraj no goro ngire ngotin ka woni gi chako do butu gatane chako nye ne di cha pero moko do odede pe ene kwash para ma abe kwayo ko jumu mamalo mi got district karashelo kara ko MPs gi ige binen gele kare ko wangi.
Meanwhile, one of the pupils who spoke to us on condition of anonymity narrated how they escaped from the dormitory
Yam ve medire. Kado ngwanche waneno batishaka ya kiri yoriwa. Washaka kok yesi. Wakase sama kok wagama kok warengi goli mayono. Inget pana mayono warengi wabergen. Yam shaka kenu ko shaka shiko. Ngache wa madisa ya biri. Wagama ngaya wa madisa. Wanyangu pe ngachel. Yam gamu ginde. Wagama shaka bolu ngomiwa. Sam bolu ngomiwa. Nyat yo na umi gamu zinya wakete ka vuta ushana wokilala abinu ngashana bina ya budugola sama ya budugola wanwango bati lingiri wadugola wamondi yorite bati waringo shel ba parun sama ringo parun chako godugola ba parun wachu parun wabeta ilala ba parun luko jombe miro ngashela gama podu ango dengo kina podu gorera ai wagama shako ngwarengi banga skari waberu ota skari ngache dano gamu shaka binu dano binu
Lois Ozele, the director of the Progressive Nursery and Primary School, said that the strong wind also destroyed documents of the school and 2 houses have been completely razed down.
Our parashel metuku bueno eni yamu bino mo tek aire nyete mayo nyanga komai kay bino goyo ot ma ene do office ya tekade kum block ma ni nyete kay do kade kum dom so pima pede te ko fo mongo ne ya awiya school mo bedo ga kanya tina shel mo wangu retu bedo pe entore nyoti wa pin makade million pirani donc ajitu ko ko ni wa ilaro.
This comes at a time when Uganda National Meteorological Authorities had initially predicted high rain pattern at the bend side of the year. The Progressive Nursery and Primary School is located at Kirsel Zingilwad by the Town Council with 567 enrollment of pupils at the school. Alfred Jawok, West Nile TV, Nile Cast.
And more in our stories, the National Unity Platform leader Robert Chagulani Sentamu was detained upon returning into the country from a trip abroad, but police stated that police later said that they accompanied him to his residence. The Singatan politician arrived at Entebbe International Airport on Thursday morning after a tour to several countries, including South Africa. Later on Thursday, police said that he was successfully escorted by a security team from Entebbe to his home in Magere. He reached home around 11:20 a.m. and is with his family and friends. Bobby Wine supporters had planned to accompany him in masses to his home north of the capital of Kampala City to welcome him back, but police said that such gatherings are illegal.
Good evening, viewers. You are most welcome for today's edition of NILE CAST Sports News. You are already welcome for the segment of sports, and my name is Oracle Benson Pastor. A lot of stories every day continues to happen in the world of sports, whether it been a regional story, whether it been a national story, a continental story, and as usual, we finalize everything with what is transpiring international. Let's start with what is happening within the region. As Start Times Football Big League side, Calvert this time, they are hopeful that they will earn promotion to the top tier of Ugandan football. Note that when we talk about the top tier of Ugandan football. We're actually talking about the Star Times Uganda Premier League. This is their third consecutive season to play in Star Times FUFA Big League, and hopefully this time they will make the promotion to Star Times FUFA Big League. They have already played 2 games in the new season of the Star Times FUFA Big League, winning both of them against Young Elephants and also Chigezi Homeboys. And the next task for them is actually an away trip up against Lugazi, and after that they will have a game up against Karunzi. Let's have more of the story.
I'm happy for my new coach because the coach is a coach of principles. He makes sure he's not this coach who moves at a will. He's someone who has come to stay. Since that time we reported, he's waiting for the break of first round to also go home. This coach will never go the way I think or we think that maybe today, tomorrow, somewhere. And that is the same thing he wants for his players. All players must be in camp. If training is at 3, you come at 1 minute past 3, you will not attend the training, you wait for the next session. Those are the disciplines he's instilling in the team. And everybody has to dance according to that tune. And that is the coach I have right now. I like his vibe because it makes everyone disciplined. Even the management feels that now, if this is what the coach is doing, why must we not support him? We needed to support such a person to do everything possible for the team. We set objectives for the first set of Akena Joffrey and Ongodia John. They failed to meet the objectives and we laid them aside. We gave opportunity for the Bosco and Jaru, Adam Moses, our own, whom we build up KFC. And then they could not meet that objective. And later you realize that we moved to net. We didn't sack him, but he chose a better offer. So this is a game where you have also your right. We build capacity, but we can let someone go at will. So he left. Should we have remained without a head coach and not recruit another one? I think we had to recruit one in the level of one or team.
I started playing big league, that was in 2017-2018 season. And I played so many teams from West Nile. It is not also my first time to play in West Nile. By that time, I think there was a team called the Dubs All Stars. It was the first team that I played. There was Navy Central. And I think I'm one of the coaches who managed to come and pick maximum points from West Nile. It was one of the things that I think most clubs from Eastern, Central could not manage because of the solidity that players from West Nile and the clubs have. But it happened, I managed to come and pick maximum points at Green Light when we played Dubs All Stars. Then we proceeded to Navy. We picked again maximum 3 points there. I have that experience now and I've learned a lot. By that time I was coaching Lighters FC, that was playing big league still, before I went to Sorot City Football Club. But I think I will capitalize on that experience, and I believe I know now how big league operates, which type of players does it need. That is why you realize the changes. We brought in the likes of Dickens O'Quinn, because it is one of the things that was lacking in the team, as he has put. You will realize you can have young talented players, but as long as you lack experience, it becomes difficult. But I think according to our recruitment this time round, we have tried to capture all the categories of players. Those ones who are young, we have, because it is one of my key values that I want to help promote those players there. And the likes of O'Quinn Dickens bring in experience. That is what is making me feel confident that I think we may achieve this time, and we are going to achieve. I look at their teams. At the moment, I don't underrate any team that is in big league. Can realize when the season was starting, we played the Kigesi Homeboys at home. It was a tough game, and you will realize they are the new entrants. They were once in the league, but they were relegated, but they bounced back. But when you look at the game that they played, it was a tough one. We played Young Elephants. Before that, I watched their game with Police. Police as one of the teams which are senior in the league. They played Premier League for so many years, but Young Elephants gave them hard time. As we went to play that game, I knew it was going to be a tough one on my side, and I prepared my boys. Likewise, to all games that are coming, we are going to treat game by game. We're not going to concentrate on looking at other subsequent games that are coming. Like this time round, our focus is on Lugasi. And after Lugasi, we shall shift to focus on the next game, Karo Karunji, and we must make sure we treat each and every game, each and every team special, and they are all good teams. They have experience in the league. That is one thing, but I believe in the philosophy that I have told you, it is going to help us finish up the league very well. And then the other thing that is making me confident is also the unity that we have developed, a good working relationship between me and the coach and the management, between me, the coach, and the players. It shows me we are on the right track and we are in the right direction.
The media visits are not going to stop up to Saturday this week. Even when I will be away, I think all these can be done online. Technology has brought us closer. But also, hopefully, with the time, I also have a vision that needs, if will be supported at one point, why not have a Midigo FC TV online to bring things closer? We're working on that. I'm not promising, but we are working on it. Some of you would be hosts, will be guests. We are hoping for the big thing to come.
Calvary is one of the team, not that it's so big, not that it's so special, but I looked at the objectives of the team. For me as a player, as an individual, I also set in my objectives that I want to achieve at the end of the season. But for me to achieve my personal objectives as a player, I need to look at the objectives of the club first. And it overweighs my objectives. So to achieve mine, I need to achieve for the club first. I'm looking at being the top scorer of the big leagues. It may sound funny, but it's going to come true. As long as I become the top scorer, the team will be promoted. So these are the things I'm trying to look at them together. And I'm here for a new challenge. However, we have started so well in a green way. All of you are seeing that, but doesn't guarantee us anything except hard work.
From that story of Calvary, this time we are turning our focus to what is happening internationally, and we are still continuing with European night. And match day 2 of UEFA Champions League concluded yesterday night, and still European night continues. But today we have in UEFA Europa League and UEFA Europa Conference. Before I give you the fixtures to be played in UEFA Europa League today, we first take a look at the summary of how match day 2 of the UEFA Champions League went yesterday and on Tuesday. Let's start with the results of the games that were played yesterday night in UEFA Champions League. Atletico Madrid played with Feyenoord. The game ended by 3-2. It was the Wanda Metropolitan-based club that won over the team of Feyenoord. And in the same group, there was a game between Lazio Roma of Italy that played up against Celtic that comes from Scotland, and the Lazio was able to beat the Scottish side Celtic by 2-1. Barcelona, they left Catalonia and they were away to Portugal, and they were able to edge out Porto by 1-0. Another game in the same group was actually between Antwerp, that comes from Belgium, up against the Ukrainian side Shakhtar Donetsk, and Shakhtar Donetsk beat Antwerp by 3-2. Meanwhile, in Group D, there was a game, a dangerous group, where we saw a barren draw between Westfalenstadion-based club Borussia Dortmund up against AC Milan. That game ended without any single goal being put into the back of the net. Still in the same group, we saw the team of Newcastle from England running riot over Paris-based club Paris Saint-Germain, demolishing them by 4-1. And there was also a game between Manchester City and RB Leipzig. Manchester City beat RB Leipzig by 3-1. And in the same group, we saw a game between the team of Partizan Belgrade as Crvena Zvezda. They were up against Young Boys of Switzerland, and that game ended in a 2-all tie. As I said, I need to give you the summary of how match day 2 of UEFA Champions League went. These are the results of the games that were played yesterday. Meanwhile, on Tuesday night, also had so many games that were played. Arsenal were beaten by RC Lens of France by 2-1. Meanwhile, the team of Sevilla, of course, played out a 2-all tie with PSV Eindhoven, that comes from Netherlands. Manchester United, an English side, of course, lost into the hands of the Turkish giants Galatasaray. The game ended by 3-2. And in the same group, Bayern were away to Denmark to play FC Copenhagen, and it ended by 2-1 in favor of the Bavarian giants. And Real Madrid, they were able to beat Napoli of Italy by 3-2. Still in the same group, we saw Sporting Braga of Portugal beating Union Berlin, that comes from Germany there. And also there was a game between Salzburg and Real Sociedad. Real Sociedad, they were away to Austria and they beat Salzburg by 2-0. And Inter Milan, San Siro-based club, had to edge out Soccer Lisboa, Benfica, and of course the game ended by 1-0. As I said, those are the summary of the games that were played in match day 2 of UEFA Champions League. The next one will be match day 3 of UEFA Champions League. Let's take our focus to what is happening in UEFA Europa League. As I said, the European night still continues, and Liverpool, we are just some minutes away for the kickoff of the game between Liverpool and Union Saint-Gilloise, that comes from Belgium. Actually, this game is at Anfield. Liverpool, of course, they are the home side, and at the same time, West Ham, this time they are leaving England and they are jetting to Germany to play as a Freiburg. And there is also a game between the team that's Rennes, as they are traveling to Villarreal, to Spain to take on Villarreal, and also another game between Panathinaikos, that comes from Greece, and they are taking on Maccabi Haifa, that comes from Israel. And at the same time, expect a tough game between Brighton and Hove Albion, that comes from England, up against Olympique de Marseille, a team that comes from Marseille, that comes from France. And in the same group, a game between the team AK Athens, that did beat Brighton in the first game, a team that comes from Greece. This time they will be tussling it out with Ajax Amsterdam, a team that comes from Ajax Amsterdam is a team that comes from Netherlands. And lastly, a great fixture I feel I should not leave out is actually a game between Atalanta, a team that's based in Italian Serie A, playing up against Sporting Lisboa, whereas Sporting Lisbon, a team that comes from Portugal. With that, we have come to the end of today's edition of NILE CAST Sports News. My name will remain Oraku Benson Pastore. Have the best of your moment. Enjoy the game between Liverpool and Union Saint-Gilloise. Whereas any other game you can choose to watch in UEFA Europa League, whereas in UEFA Conference League tonight. I am out of the studio. We'll link up again tomorrow.
Thank you, Rako Benson Pastore, for that sports news and that sports highlight.